Hi, this is Access Chapter 10 Training Help Video. We're picking up at step number 11. So we need to open up this report summary lessons. Summary lesson fees in design view. So I'm going to right click in design and open it up. So I have my report opened. Change the title to Summary of Lesson Fees by a Student. Okay, so I'm just going to come in here and I'm going to open this. Whoa. I'm going to open this up a little bit and then just say by a student. Okay, so we have that. In the employee name footer, select the calculated control equals sum fee. Okay, so first of all, we need to find out this area. So we want to find the employee name footer, right? Employee name. So I'm going to come through and look at these. Okay, employee name header, detail, employee name footer. Okay, so this is the section I want to work in. Find the calculated control that says sum of fee. So that's this one right here. And edit the control source by typing in this new formula. So to get to that control source, I go to Property Sheet, Data, and it's always the first one. So I'm going to just right click and zoom and bring that up for you so you guys can see it. So I'm going to take this and add inside the parentheses asterisk square bracket lesson count square bracket. So now instead of just totaling up fee, it's going to take fee times lesson count and then total it, right? Because let's say you have a $10 fee, but you have 2 lessons. You don't want to just take the 10, you want to take 10 times 2 to get the sum of all employees. Okay, so we're good with that. In the report footer, we're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to do OK. And the same control, I'm going to come down here, and now I'm worried about report footer, right? So I'm going to find the section that says report footer, find the control that's being talked about, and control source, I'm going to zoom, and I'm going to do the same process. Inside the parentheses, I'm going to do times square bracket lesson count. And remember, last time I said often this formula that does a subtotal and the formula that does the grand total are the same. It's just where that control is placed that causes it to either be a subtotal because it's in a grouping footer or a grand total because it's in the report footer. So we're done with that. Click the sum label in employee name footer and replace the text with employee summary. Click the sum label in the employee name footer. So we got to come back up here because that's the section that we're talking about, employee name footer. You got to pay attention to which one because, you know, they're duplicated. So we're going to change that to employee summary. So I'm going to open that up. I'm just going to click in there and type employee summary. You can also do that inside right here. See the caption? You could either do it in the property and type it, or you can type it right in the control. Since I was there, I just typed it there. It does the same thing. Okay, great. All right. Use the report wizard to create a report to list all records. Okay, we're going to go ahead and save and close this summary lesson fees report. We're going to move on to step 13. Use the report wizard to create a report to list all records with a renewal date between the start date and end date entered as a parameter. So remember, this is just like what we did in queries, right? So here's a keyword, between, and parameter. So we're going to create a parameter that's going to ask the start date and the end date of the renewal date at the time that the report is run. Include all fields from query member renewals. Right, so we're going to do that. Do not add any grouping levels. Sort ascending by date renewal. Accept default layout and select landscape. Okay, so that's a change we're going to have to make, landscape. Name the report. Okay, and then here's what we put in the parameters. So if you wanted to look at this in your textbook, it's on page 555, creating a parameter report. So we're going to start off by doing our report wizard. So create report wizard. We want to, what are we putting this? Query. So it's a query. So we're going to click on this and find query member renewals. Where am I at, Helen? Right there. And then we're going to add all, because it says all fields. So I'm going to click over. Then I'm going to say next. Do you want to add any grouping levels? It says do not. Do you want to sort? We do. Date renewal. Ascending. So we're good there. Next. We're going to pick landscape. We're going to do next. And we're going to name it RPT member renewals _ a student. Finish. So there's our parameter. And you might think, well, how did that happen? Well, it happened because we had that parameter in this query. And so back when we were doing this, that's what I was trying to convey to you is, you know, you have this table or tables, you build this query in it, you put in the parameter, you build a report off of it, and then, because really most users care about producing their reports, they go to run the report, and the underlying structure for the report is the query. The query has the parameter that asks. Therefore, every time you run your report, you can get a different set of values. In this case, it's for start and stop date. And there's my report, right? So I have 2 members that are needing renewed, or have renewals between those dates. Okay, I'm going to close that print preview. I'm going to close my property sheet. I want to change the title up here to membership renewals by a student. Okay, so really nothing more. So let me save this and get out of here and look at this query. So the query was members renewal. So I'm going to open that in design. And look, here's the parameter that you used between to say, okay, what's the start, what's the stop? So now when the user comes up, all they care about is running this report. So that report was RPT member renewal by a student. See, they don't see anything, so then they can just type in 5/1/2019, 7/1/2019. They get their report. They don't care about anything else because here's the information they need. Really sweet. Okay, I'm going to close that up. And I'm going to stop this movie at this point, and we'll pick up at step 14 on the next movie. Thank you.